All right, let's jump right in. In our previous breakdowns, we mapped out the popularity of departments across 14 major universities. We looked at heavyweights like NTU, NCCU, NYCU, NCKU, NTHU, and NCU, as well as NTNU, NTPU, TMU, NCHU, CCU, NSYSU, NCUA, and KMU. That is quite the list. But today we're putting the spotlight entirely on NTUE, the National Taipei University of Education. We're going to unpack its modern admissions reality and directly benchmark every single one of its departments against similar programs in those 14 schools we just mentioned. Let's see where NTUE truly stands. To make sense of everything, we're going to hit these 6 core areas. A quick recap of our formula, NTUE's true positioning, its rising star departments, the struggles of traditional education, transition departments, and finally, tech, arts, and special quotas.
First up, let's do a super quick recap on how we actually calculate these numbers.
Now, how exactly do we calculate our proprietary popularity index? It's pretty straightforward. We take the fill rate, meaning the percentage of qualified students who actually list the department as a choice, and we multiply it by the square root of the inverse sequence number. Basically, we're balancing how hard it is to get in with real-world student demand. It gives us a true reflection of the market.
Okay, moving on to NTUE positioning and data truth. Now, we absolutely have to address the elephant in the room. If you look at the raw overall numbers, NTU's sequence numbers seem a bit high, making it look like its overall popularity is low. But wait, that's actually a mathematical illusion. Why? Because our dataset of 15 top universities doesn't include other regional education universities. Compared to its actual true peers, NTUE is totally dominating the field, largely thanks to its prime location right in the heart of Taipei. To really understand NTU, you kind of have to look at its history. It's a classic transformation story. Before 1994, it was the ultra-elite Taipei Teachers College, literally rivaling top high schools like Jianguo High School. But then, the 1994 Teacher Education Act opened up the market. They lost their monopoly and had to evolve into the specialized capital university we see today. Let's look at our first major category, rising potential departments. Let's see how NTUE is fighting the gravity of changing demographics. Here's the real game changer. The Psychology and Counseling Department is NTU's absolute flagship right now. It's riding this massive national wave of mental health awareness, making it the only NTU department to crack the top 300 nationwide. It is confidently beating out similar programs at KMU and CCU, and it's nipping right up the heels of top-tier programs at NTHU and NTNU. We're also seeing fantastic upward momentum in children's English education and math and tech design. And it makes total sense, right? These departments are directly feeding off Taiwan's aggressive bilingual policies and the massive surge in early STEM education. Parents in Taipei want this, and the market is responding with strong demand. Next up, challenges of traditional education. But it's definitely not all smooth sailing. NTUE's core identity, its traditional education department, is facing some serious headwinds. They are getting squeezed tight. NTNU is sitting pretty in Tier 1, and NTHU is a massive Tier 1 competitor now thanks to its strong comprehensive university brand. That leaves NTUE stuck in Tier 2 with declining popularity, though they are still pulling ahead of places like NCUE. We see this exact same negative pressure dragging down early childhood and family education as well as special education. Even with stable, publicly funded quotas, the overall market scale is shrinking due to declining birth rates. Plus, that prestigious NTHU label is just ruthlessly poaching a lot of the top talent away. Section 5. Transition departments and comparisons. How is the university adapting? Well, they've tried pivoting into comprehensive fields like social and regional development. But the results are definitely mixed. The data shows a really significant drop here because students looking at social sciences overwhelmingly prefer established comprehensive brands like NTPU or NSYSU, regardless of NTUE's great location. It's a similar story across other transition departments. The language and creative writing teacher track is doing okay because, well, it offers solid job security. But the pure creator track? Falling. Cultural and creative industries? Stagnant. And highly specific niches like Taiwanese languages and culture, along with educational management, are really struggling to find mainstream popularity. Finally, Section 6. Tech, Arts, and Special Quotas. Let's talk tech.
Information science in both the math and info branches of the Math and Info Ed department are dropping sharply. There's just no way around it. Students wanting tech are absolutely flocking to top-tier comprehensive universities for AI and engineering. On a brighter note, arts and design, along with science education, are managing to hold somewhat steady, buoyed by STEM policies.
Now, as you dig into the NTUE data, you'll see mentions of the Zishan group. What is that? It's simply an admissions quota specifically reserved to support students from socially and economically disadvantaged backgrounds.
You might be wondering, does including this specific quota skew NTUE's overall ranking? The answer is absolutely not. Why? Because all 14 of the other universities we analyzed have the exact same kind of equity quotas, like NTU's Hope Group, for example. So, keeping the Zishan group in the mix keeps our cross-university benchmarking perfectly balanced and completely objective.
So what does this all mean for the future? As comprehensive universities continue to dominate the tech and teaching landscapes, can NTUE lean into its incredible Taipei location and its booming psychology and bilingual programs to build a powerful new identity? That's the billion-dollar question. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.